This is why Sheffield United are getting promoted to the Premier League this season. Hello guys, how are we all doing? Welcome back to yet another video. Do make sure to hit that thumbs up button and do subscribe down below. For the last couple of seasons, I pulled teams out at random that I think are going to get promoted halfway through the season. I said Brentford 2 seasons ago, I said Nottingham Forest last season, and they both went on to get promoted. This time round, I'm saying Sheffield United are that team for me that I'm confident are going to get promoted, and automatics as well. If you agree, let me know down below, but let's get into this video. This is why Sheffield United are going to get promoted to the Premier League this season. So then let's start by going through all of Sheffield United's games so far this season, game by game, and they started with a very tricky one away at Watford. They did lose at Vicarage Road 1-0, but as you can see, as August progressed, they obviously went on to pick up points. They won at home to Millwall. They did go out the cup. You could maybe see that as a good thing. They drew away at Middlesbrough. They beat Sunderland at home. They smashed Blackburn at home, drew with Luton, and smashed Reading at home. That is a good month considering it got off to a losing start. So yeah, very good recovery there from Sheffield United after losing their first game. Now then, September, they only played out 3 games in September. Obviously we had an international break and the Queen obviously passed away in September. So just 3 games all away from home, and how about that? 3 wins out of 3 on the road, no goals conceded. That is title winning form. If you carry that out through the season, Sheffield United are going to get something ridiculous this season in terms of how many points they're going to get. Brilliant month, September. Really good month, setting the pace, getting themselves clear at the top 2, and that is what they did. Fantastic. Let's move over to October then. More games getting played out here. It was a bit of a wobbly month, to be honest, October, for a team pushing for the top 2. They drew at home to Birmingham, that first game of October there. As you can see, if we move up, they lost at home to QPR. They lost away to Stoke City 3-1. They had that absolutely bonkers game against Blackpool, which you can maybe say fair play to them because they still salvaged something out of it. Red cards everywhere, goals everywhere. They got a draw, mental game. And they then lost away at Coventry, which is obviously a game I went to. It was a tight game. They lost late on, maybe a draw, could have been a fair result, but they lost. Sheffield United then drew with Norwich 2-2 at home. That was another crazy game, and things got back on track with a great result at the end of the month. They won 2-0 away at West Brom just to salvage October with a big win late on there. So then we'll move on to November, the final few games before the World Cup. Pretty good, to be honest. They won away at Bristol City 1-0. They smashed Burnley at home. Now, Burnley's the side, obviously, top of the league, and we've been saying how fantastic they are. Not many teams have stopped Burnley this season. Sheffield United are one of them, and boy, did they stop them. They were losing this game, and they smashed Burnley 5-2 from behind. Really good result. You know, that really does boost the confidence and everyone's perspective of Sheffield United this season. Typically, though, in the Championship, they did go and lose the next game at home to Rotherham 1-0, but recovered well with an away win at Cardiff City 1-0 there. They've only played 1 game after the World Cup at the time of recording this, and that was a 1-0 home win over Huddersfield. Huddersfield obviously bottom, but they're going to be scrapping for their lives. Yes, 1-0's not the most outrageous win, but 3 points is 3 points. As you can see, they've got 3 games coming for December. Wigan away, Coventry City at home on Boxing Day. That's a game I'm going to be going to. Very excited for that. I do like Sheffield United, good ground, Bramall Lane. And then Blackpool away on Thursday the 29th. As you can see, obviously loads of games coming in January, including an FA Cup game against Millwall, and obviously so many games in the second half of the season for Sheffield United. Well, let's have a look at how they've been setting up. This was their starting 11 in their most recent win against Huddersfield. Foderingham in goal, I like him. I'd say he's one of the best keepers in the division. Obviously good at shot stopping, he's good at penalty saving, good distribution. I do like Foderingham. They've got this similar formation that they always go for. Armour-Hodzic there, Egan and Clark. You've got Stevens and Baldock, plenty of experience there. In the middle, we have Osborne and Norwood. Norwood, for me, one of the players of the season, been really reliable for Sheffield United. McCarthy there, Undayi and Billy Sharp, really versatile front 2 there. You've got Billy Sharp, who is so experienced in the Championship. You know, he knows how to get goals in this division. Really, really good at getting them in with his head, his feet, whatever. And then Undayi, who offers a different blend there. They seem to work really well. He's obviously young and powerful and strong. So I like that front 2 there. You've got Undayi and Sharp. Let's head over to the table then. Sheffield United sit in second place behind Burnley, only just behind them, 3 points behind there. Burnley do look quite hard to stop this season, only 2 defeats for them. Meanwhile, Sheffield United have drawn 5, lost 5 and won 12. 4 wins from their last 5 games. Let's have a look at the homes and aways. I feel like some people do associate Sheffield United with being very good at home and not so much away from home, but we're going to prove that to be a bit of a myth. They're actually 5th in the home table, which is obviously pretty good. They're in that top 6 wins. That's more than half of their home games that they've won. 3 draws and 2 defeats, so 23 goals scored, 11 conceded. Away from home, they're 2nd if we just look at away games this season, behind Preston, who, you know what, fair play to Preston for being top, but Sheffield United have won 6 away games, so that's the same amount that they've won at home. So it goes to show they're equally good at home and away. 3 wins in their last 3 away games, so very good form away from home recently as well. Let's have a look at the expected goals and all the other stats to see if this is viable for Sheffield United to ride it out for the whole season. This is obviously the table once again. Let's go through all the little details. So the wins column, they're obviously top with Burnley and Blackburn as the most wins. As for goals for, they're 2nd with 36 goals scored this season. Goals against, they are top. 19 conceded in 22. Only Coventry have conceded 19 as well. And obviously Sheffield United have played 2 more games, so they've got the best goals against record when it comes to, you know, they've played more games than Coventry as well. Very good there. Expected goals for, Sheffield United are top of that, so they've created more goal opportunities than Middlesbrough, Burnley, Millwall, Norwich, all of those sides. Expected goals against, Sheffield United are 4th. They're obviously top of the goals against column, so they're obviously doing something very well there by keeping them out, even though they've had a few more chances against them than the likes of West Brom, Middlesbrough and Reading there. And expected goal difference, Sheffield United are top of that column. As for expected goals, they're 2nd and they're forecast to finish 2nd as well. So everything, all the stats are pointing towards Sheffield United finishing pretty much where they are. You know, they're not going to finish outside the top 6. That's one thing I'm very confident of, and I really don't know if I can see them falling out of that top 2. Looking at that table, if we go back to how it was, there's obviously 3 or 4 teams that are going to be looking at the top 2 this season. For me, Burnley are obviously leading the charge. They are on 2 points a game. They're flying. Even Burnley will have a point at the season, though, where they don't win for a few games. You know, they'll go on a sticky patch. That could be Sheffield United's opportunity to catch them if they want the title. I'm sure Sheffield United would settle for automatic promotion in 2nd, but I don't think it's impossible that they could win the league either. Blackburn, for me, no disrespect to Blackburn, but I don't see them holding on to a top 2 battle. I think they could maybe compete for the top 6, but you look at their form, they're not quite on that level with Sheffield United and Burnley. Norwich and Watford are the 2 teams that Sheffield United fans will certainly have their eyes on. These 2 have parachute payments. They've got very good squad depth. They've got good managers, and they both got promoted 2 seasons ago. So both Norwich and Watford know this division. Obviously, you've got the likes of Preston, Millwall, Reading, QPR, Swansea, Sunderland, Middlesbrough, Luton, Birmingham, all looking at trying to squeeze into that top 6. Out of those, the form team does certainly seem to be Middlesbrough. Coventry have certainly been in good form, but can they be looking towards the top 2? I wouldn't have thought so. Sheffield United are certainly that team I think can go the distance. At this point in time, I do think it'll be Sheffield United and Burnley, not just because they are the top 2, but they certainly do look the best teams to continue their form as well. So having looked at all those stats and this starting 11, and even the bench as well, which includes the likes of Davies, Basham, Sander Berger, McBurney, Kadra, Lowe and Bogle, which is a bench any championship team would be happy with, I seriously can't see a way in which Sheffield United don't get automatic promotion this season. I'm going to say it on record, Sheffield United are going up. So then guys, that wraps up today's video. I do think Sheffield United are going to get promoted. I do think it's going to be automatics. Do let me know your thoughts down below if you agree or disagree. Do make sure to drop a like and do subscribe as well. I'll see you all in the next video. Peace out.